Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the JayCast. I'm your host, Jay Dance, and tonight we're just doing a nice solo podcast. But before we get into today's shenanigans, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors. To my sponsor, Redwood Cove Brewing Company. You know, they come at you with those heavy hitters, and you better be ready for them. So if you're interested in getting some of this Redwood Cove, straight hot off the press beer, you let me know. So, they got that Sig Break IPA. What else do they got, Trevor? They got that Resilience.
Yes, they do.
They do got that heavy hitter Resilience. So
that Butte County Strong Resilience.
So, big shout out to them. I just can't. They show me love. I show them love back.
Exactly.
And that's how it works. That's exactly how it works. But yeah. So here we are tonight in the JayCast studio. It's not the official name yet, but we'll rock with it.
It's a soft name.
It's a soft name, and to say the least. But we're in it, and it's a little weird, doing it by yourself. You're just kind of sitting here lonely. I'm just looking at your ugly mug.
I know. I'm sorry about that. Bud.
I'm
just sitting here controlling cameras, doing
no.
computer.
And you know what? I take that back. You're not ugly. You're not. Look at me.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I have an average face.
You have an average face. That's right. You know what? You take that average face, and you do magical things with it. I've heard the stories, Trevor. You don't have to trick me.
What stories would those be?
Oh, I don't think bringing them up on the cast would be a smart idea.
Probably not.
To say the least. I know every single one, to be honest.
You know what? You probably do.
You get down there and you get rough and wild.
You know what? Sometimes poor decisions are made, and when you're me, it's most of the time poor decisions are made.
That's all right. You know what? No, you're a smart man. You're a very smart man.
I'm smart in some ways.
And you sure do know what love means. Don't you, Trev?
I'd like to think I do.
Yeah. Well, you should.
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but trying to figure that out one day at a time,
One
just
day at a
living
time.
life.
Have you seen that Netflix? Speaking of, since I just brought up Forrest Gump, have you seen that Netflix documentary called the 2000s, the 90s,
no,
the 80s?
I saw that today scrolling through. I haven't seen it.
Tom Hanks is part of it.
Really?
But it's pretty good. It's cool to watch. I like the 2000s. The 2000s was a funny, not a funny time, but I don't know, this. The look and what people wore in the 2000s was hideous.
Oh god,
I feel like it was totally off.
Well,
the 90s, they had it.
The 80s, the 80s were pretty fucked.
Yeah,
and the 90s,
I think the
they
90s
came back to it.
Yeah, I think the 90s they had it.
But and then the 2000s, it was just god awful, and then
because now it's just the 90s but hyped up more. With a lot extra swagger at the end of it.
But I feel like
because people in the 90s were wearing snapbacks, classic, just
a lot of flannel,
jerseys, flannels, jeans, just tighter. I don't know, it's
Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, but then in the 2000s, it's just this weird, American Eagle vibe, Hollister vibe.
Oh yeah,
and it was kind of awkward. It didn't go well, if you ask me. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But
no, well then you know what?
I think the 90s just had. I think the 90s had the swagger.
I mean, I think
and 2000 was just we were just confused. We're we're supposed to be in this next generation. We're supposed to be
next millennium.
Yeah, and I think they just weren't ready for it at the time.
Well, then they kind of course corrected 2010, and from then on, it's been pretty okay. But I feel like
Well, now it's just blowing up.
Well, next year, 2020, shit's gonna get wild again for another 10 years, and then 2030, we'll finally get our heads back on our shoulders, fashion wise.
Right. Maybe. I hope not. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still people wearing some outlandish things out there. You know what I mean? Just things that just do not look good.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll have like fashion shows and people are like walking out in like pretty much just like Kmart clothes.
Oh, just some ridiculous stuff.
Just some Kmart Hanes like sweat or like t-shirts, some ripped up sweats, and everyone's just going crazy. You know, he's got some rips in the sweater. He's wearing like some sunglasses. Yeah. The skinny guy walking out there, bleached his hair. And
well, bro,
he's out there on the runway.
At least frosted tips are gone.
Yeah,
that's one thing from the 2000s that I'm glad died.
Yeah, my thing is I look at Nickelback is a good example.
Bro, fuck Nickelback,
dude. See, my thing is why do people hate on Nickelback so much?
Well, because it's all like the same generic kind of songs and melodies. Like they do the same 3 chords over and over again on all their same songs, and it's so dumb. It's I
think they made some good songs.
I don't know.
People loved them. People still do love them, but like I feel like it's just like I think they're just an easy target to just to pick on. Like if you look at the lead singer, I don't know his name, but his just the way his hair is. Yeah. Like did he bleach his hair? Like did he look like did he actually have blonde hair?
I have no idea.
Look it up.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
All right. Lead singer Nickelback.
Got a coaster for this shit.
And just for posterity's sake, that is Pepsi, right? Nothing else in there. You're nice and sober on the podcast tonight.
Yes. Yeah, it's just Pepsi. Actually, it is. You're drinking Diet Pepsi.
I am.
I don't even like Pepsi. I don't even know why I'm drinking it. Because we had pizza tonight. When you have pizza, it always comes with a drink.
Oh yeah.
But why Pepsi? Like you should have done Coke.
Oh.
I think. See, are you a Pepsi guy?
I'm a Pepsi guy over a Coke guy all the way.
Really? No, really?
Yeah. Oh, all the way.
You're a Pepsi man.
Well, I prefer Diet Coke over Diet Pepsi. It's definitely. But if it's a regular Coke, I prefer regular Pepsi over regular Coke.
Yeah, it's terrible for you. Either way.
Oh well, yeah.
But that's besides the point. I drink that shit like it's going out of style.
So I'm not seeing anything like that says he dyes his hair, but just looking at it, yeah, it's got blonde highlights all through it. He looks pretty freaking gay.
Whoa.
No, I'm sorry, not. But it's just like
he looks like a presentable young man.
No, he looks middle aged at this point, but there's a.
I know, I'm just joking, Trev. It's alright.
We messed up. We don't have the TV set up, so you can't see what I'm looking at. But
no.
Right now I'm looking at a picture of his face surrounded by Top Ramen, and it looks pretty much perfectly like his hair.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it looked like that's the color. It looks like that.
Yeah, no, it's like the color of Top Ramen, and then it gets dark on top, and it's all super wavy, like
right, when
it first comes out the package.
It looks like it's dark, but it looks like he also, I don't know.
Like he needs to get his roots done in these pictures.
Yeah.
And then like there's a couple where he's got it all short and spiked up, and the tips are frosted.
Yeah,
he's an easy target for sure.
Poor guy.
But you know what? To mock.
But Nickelback. I thought they had some bangers. You don't think they had some good music?
I like think Photograph or whatever, and then
look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh, or whatever, or how it goes, I don't even know. But that's a great song. I feel like that song came out and people liked it.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I know my mom liked it. Like I heard it a bunch.
Like people who are 40, 45 to the 50 range.
Oh yeah.
I think they fuck with Nickelback. Like that age group right now. I think they were about the Nickelback.
Hits them right in the feels.
Yeah. That good old summer vibe. Good old. I remember when Kid Rock came out with that "Summertime" or some shit. That song.
Yeah.
Sweet Summertime. Or was it the Aloe? I don't even know. I have no idea.
It's like, and we were smoking funny thing.
Yeah.
It's something like I don't remember the words to it, but I know that like the hum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Singing "Sweet Home Alabama" all summer long. Yeah, that's all I remember from it.
All summer long or something.
Yeah.
That's a great. Actually, that whole album is amazing. Actually, I like Kid Rock. Good old Kid Rock.
Oh, dude, some classic Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Well, and then he has some good songs where he's like singing softly too.
Yeah.
Like
well, I mean, he's like a country rock.
Yeah.
He's like, in a way, but then he could like. Does he have any songs with Snoop Dogg?
Let me look it up.
I don't think they do. I think I just seen like a picture of them together. I don't know. It's a good question.
No, Kid Rock WCSR featuring Snoop Dogg.
Oh, well, yeah, so it's probably not, I mean, I've never heard of that, really.
Yeah.
I wonder how popular it is. Maybe I'm missing out.
Don't think we can play it just because.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll get pulled from YouTube. But yeah, no, you'll have to go look it up after we get done with this. But it's definitely a song. Snoop Dogg and Kid Rock have collaborated.
Yeah, I figured they have, I figured that, they would do that. But, yeah.
I mean, honestly, when you get to a certain sphere, like, it's hard to find, like, people who haven't collaborated. I mean,
yeah.
Well, Kid Rock is a pretty broad artist. I mean, heck, I think my favorite thing he's ever done is his role in Joe Dirt.
Oh yeah, that one is great. That's a classic movie.
Oh, that's just a great movie. I mean,
I love that movie. I feel like that movie needs to get more credit.
Well, and then it's just got like Christopher Walken.
I guess
in that movie.
I guess it does have it's got good credit. Like, it's a well-known movie. Most people like the movie. Yeah. I feel like
maybe
that as
not,
well.
Though. Listen, it's like it's a goofy comedy movie. It's not like meant to be taken seriously.
No,
it's just you're supposed to watch it, have a good time.
Yeah, but it kind of hits home at the same time.
It does hit you in the feels.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a little bit of white trash in you. Yeah. And I know we both do.
Oh yeah, when you're from Paradise, it kind of hits right at home.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I lived in Magtown for like the first 7 years of my life.
Yeah, I was a Magtown, G back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Out in the streets. On Sinclair.
Dude, I was
on
out
Sinclair on like Ponderosa, off Ponderosa, in Magtown. That was my block. The block was hot back then, dude.
The block was hot.
What? Growing up, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn. Like, I remember just some outlandish. Like, my neighbors would steal from us like all the time, like our toys and shit. Like, it would just
anything left out.
Yeah, it would just be out in the front yard, like some hockey sticks. Or
probably taught you to fucking put away your shit.
Like, well, no, but they would just come into the garage and steal it.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, because we had like a bunch of outside toys, in the garage.
That's not what you want.
Yeah, and I'd have to go over there and like sometimes I was scared. I was like, it's like these guys are fucking. They were older. They were like 10, 11.
Sonny D was making you go over there and
12.
get shit back.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say their name. Like, I'm not gonna say their name.
I mean, yeah, don't blow up their spot.
No, I'm not gonna blow up their spot, but yeah.
Would I know them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not personally, no, but
I know of them probably.
Yeah, it's like just typical small town shit. But yeah. So I would go back, but yeah, and then. Yeah, they were wild. They would always be doing some crazy. They would build some crazy jump like in the middle of the street, like made of wood.
Jesus.
And then they would just like send it.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
too bad.
They were crazy, dude.
Back in
they were crazy.
There was no like iPod touches with cameras and stuff. You could just always record.
One of them tried to make me smoke a cigarette.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, I don't.
Did you say no to peer pressure?
6.
You were 6?
Yeah, I was like 6.
Who offers a 6-year-old a fucking cigarette?
That's what I'm saying, dude. I was like 6 or
Jesus
7,
Christ.
dude. Yeah, this is like my young childhood, and this dude,
bro,
he offered me a cigarette, and I took it. I didn't hit it though. I didn't hit it because
you just held it in your hand.
I held it in my hand, and I held it too close to the. Because
it
was like, because he was sitting there just ripping it. Because we were just riding bikes, bro. The day was normal. We were just riding bikes.
Fuck.
Because like whenever I'd be out, playing, they would see me out, and then they would come out and start playing as well. And I always always be riding our bikes around the block, and
No, I hate that. I
but
remember.
I grew up at it was like there's a bunch of kids on the block too that we would have these bike races, and they got filthy
They got intense.
it was all like a circle pretty much,
like a cult,
like a cult, yeah.
Well, yeah, a few roads in Magalia do that. They just circle around.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they did some yeah. So I took the cigarette, and it just, I think it burnt me because it got like too hot.
Yeah, you're holding it too close to the wrong end.
Yeah, and I just threw it on the ground, and I got on my bike, and I just went straight home.
Do they just beat your ass for wasting a cigarette?
Oh, well, I mean, it was down to like the last.
Oh, the last little bit.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, it was a normal day. We're riding bikes, and then we get up in this like little like trail area, like off in the woods of Magalia, and he just starts lighting up a cigarette, and I'm just sitting there just chilling, and then he asked if I wouldn't hit it at the very end, and I didn't say anything. I just grabbed it.
Just held on to
it.
I
just held on to it.
You're doing something wrong.
I didn't even hold on to it for long because it burnt me.
Yeah.
Like, I grabbed it, I'm like, oh shit, and then I got on my bike and I dipped.
And I mean, that's what you got to do.
But damn, that was my first time I was offered a cig. I was like, nah. I didn't know what to. I probably was gonna. I mean, I don't know. It was some peer pressure going on for sure.
Definitely. When was the first time someone?
I think he must have been like 10 or 11, for sure.
But 10 and 11, Chief and Cigs.
I mean, I don't think. I think that's more common than you think.
I also think it is a definite recipe for success. I mean, I think pretty much 90% of 9 to 10-year-olds Chief and Cigs are destined to do some extraordinary things. Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm saying that very sarcastically, but
maybe you're right. Maybe Elon Musk, his parents were Chief and Cigs right before they had him.
I mean, you never know. They're down in South Africa. Sometimes you just got a Chief of Cig. Apartheid's going on. Crazy shit's going down, dude. The whole country's getting overthrown.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen, Trev.
Fuck, I mean,
this is the world we live in.
Sometimes you just need a sweet release of a cig.
I know. Take that fresh breath.
Oh, make it like a menthol. It's like smoking a mint.
You get them Newport 100s?
No, honestly, personally, as a menthol smoker, like regular menthol cigarettes suck with not enough menthol in it, because then you just have like that little taste of mint, and you're smoking a shitty cigarette.
Yeah,
you got to get like the Camel Crushes.
Yeah, I remember when I lived in Newark. I lived in good old Newark, on the East Coast in Jersey, and there where I lived, there was this corner store right down the street from me, and they barely sold like anything. Like it was pretty shitty.
Just like a little bodega.
Yeah, it was kind of sketchy too. It was just kind of a sketchy neighborhood, to say the least. But
like you thought if you knew those people a little bit better, you might be able to like buy drugs out the back or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Definitely.
I feel it.
Like, now, if I'm thinking about it now, I never thought about it that way, Trev. Actually, but yeah, definitely. But
it's crazy.
But they sold cigarettes, but they only sold Newport 100s.
Only Newport 100s.
Yeah.
That
only Newports.
Very specific demographic you're trying to hit with Newport 100s.
Yeah, only New. I think, and then they started getting Marlboro Lights.
Oh.
And then, but I mean, yeah, that's the only. I mean, and then you went there, and they literally just had like barely anything in this store.
Dude, honestly,
it was weird.
Marlboro Lights are meant for.
And then, dude, one of my roommates got like chased down, bro, in the neighborhood.
I mean, like, did he owe somebody some money, or was it like just
no, it was
some
a girl, dude? She was
she got chased down
in broad daylight. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Like, I mean, that store typically doesn't end well. Like,
I don't know if it was in that store, but it was in that like in the neighborhood.
No, I just meant like that story does not end well normally. Like,
yeah.
how did
no.
like what? Like,
well, what happened?
Did she get away eventually?
It's a crazy. Yeah, so it's a crazy. I don't know like exactly 100% how the story went, but if I'm remembering correctly, she was just down at the store because we lived like pretty close to some stores.
Yeah.
Or just like grocery stores, or there's a laundromat like down the street of this neighborhood.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and something like a pizza joint.
Just like
but
like
yeah,
a neighborhood.
but she was down there, and she was walking back up. I live in this place called Hillside, and she was walking. She was walking back up because it was like we live on the hill. She's walking back up to our place, and this guy just like in his car drives by and like opens the door and like is like driving slow, and he's like, "Come on, get in the car, baby."
Trying to catcall her almost.
Yeah, cat calling her, and she's
just trying to live her life, mind her
girl.
business.
Yeah, she's this white girl, just like oh shit, and then he circles around and comes back again, and then she I think she tries to dip from him, like switch up streets or something.
Yeah, well,
and then she found these like two girls, and the guy kept finding her, kept finding her. And these two little girls playing outside. They were like, "Is that guy chasing you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And the mom like came out and like brought her inside their house, and then she dipped through like the backyards.
Jesus Christ.
Or some shit like that. I don't know exactly how the story went, but it was along the lines like that.
They're just not
I don't know
good.
if she went backyard to backyard. I knew she dipped out the backyard though.
Yeah, fuck. But basically, long at the end of the day, she didn't like nothing bad.
Nothing
happened,
bad.
That's some close call shit.
I mean, that was pretty crazy.
Dude, that's a fucking scare.
Yeah.
Well, like if even just like the second time someone circles around, I'm gonna be freaking out.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
then
the
I'll never
situation you wanna
forget
be
when
in.
I'll never forget when it happened because I was home. I was just chilling on the couch. It was probably like 3, not even 3. It was like 2 p.m. Maybe 1 p.m. No,
damn.
No, yeah.
It was just in the middle of the afternoon.
And I'm just chilling on the couch and I'm playing video games, just chilling. And she comes in and she's like crying. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And she's like, this dude like was like, I don't know. She wasn't like, she did like held it in pretty well. She wasn't that dramatic about it.
But I mean, she would have good reason to be dramatic
like,
about it.
She just looked like shocked. She was in shock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because like you don't know that person's intentions, but you have a decent idea.
I mean, dude, she just went into this person's house and the lady like saved her, like,
Jesus.
And then like these two, it's just it's crazy. I was like, damn, I'm like, is that what's going on? We just moved there.
Fuck.
I just moved into that place, yeah.
It's like, did I move to the wrong neighborhood?
Oh, it was definitely, I mean, I didn't want to live there, but it was like the only choice at the time.
It's the best case scenario.
Yeah, and I was, I mean, the house itself was like all redone and remodeled and shit, so it was nice, but
it was
just not in the greatest neighborhood.
It was like a gentrification. And fuck, god damn it!
I'm
getting all tongue tied.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I remember when I was walking out to go to get one of my roommates' car, and we were going to work, going to the airport.
Okay.
And we're walking across the street to go to the car, and these people on the front porch are like, "What's up?" Like they were calling us like white boy Mormons, like "What's up, more?" Because we were in a suit.
Oh, you're all in your nice flight attendant gear, yeah.
And then it was funny.
Jeez.
They're like hollering. It was hilarious, actually. I thought it was funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, good old Newark. Good old East Coast Newark.
That's the thing, man. You've lived in a few spots. Like you've got a little bit of taste of quite a broad spectrum of America.
Absolutely.
I mean, lived in Houston for a little bit. Fucking
yeah. Houston.
Right when that flooding was going on, right?
Oh yeah. That was towards. Well, the thing is it flooded like probably a multiple like.
Yeah, it wasn't like that real bad like the hurricane flood
time. But then my very last month there, it flooded like a motherfucker, and it sucked. But luckily, because I had an apartment there, luckily it didn't. My apartment didn't flood, and I was on the first floor.
Oh wow!
So and I was like, oh, and apartment, dude, it was like the fire. Jesus. You know what I mean? That just happened in Paradise. Like all this like damage, and then like 2 houses perfectly. Yeah. That's how the flood was. You see a couple apartment complexes, and there'd be no like water anywhere. And then you literally go down the street, and it just looks like a lake or like an ocean.
It's just flooded.
It's just flooded
Jesus.
and deep, and cars floating, or it's like it's like dude. Yeah, the flood was crazy. I forgot I was living there when that happened.
I mean, how do you forget shit like that?
I don't know,
it's
dude.
crazy.
It's just I don't know. I forgot that happened.
You just don't think about it.
I just don't think about it. Yeah. Because I remember I was like, I need to go find, because I wasn't even staying at my house at the time.
Yeah. You're just busy working.
Yeah, and I was staying in a hotel in Houston.
Okay.
I was in like training. I was in school. I was going to school.
Oh.
For a couple weeks, and I'm in a hotel, and it fucking flooded just so much, and I'm like, I don't know like what my house looks like. I'm trying to get. I can't drive. You can't drive on the
Yeah,
the
shit's just
interstate.
flooded.
Like, yeah, it's just flooded everywhere. And so I'm like, and then I'm trying to call the apartment complex. I'm like, hey, is that like what are we good? Like, all my stuff could be floating, and
you could just be fucked.
Yeah, it could be just. And I was just about to move. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, like this sucks.
Bro, right before you move, just everything
maybe
gets trash.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Maybe I'm the bad luck charm, dude.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm the one, bringing all these disasters. I was there in Houston, and then, but I wasn't even in paradise when the fires happened.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, hey, maybe Chico needs to start worrying.
No, don't say that. Don't even put that out in the universe.
I'm sorry. I won't put that evil on you, Ricky Bobby.
Come on.
I won't put that on you.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you ever put that on me, Trev.
I hope you have sons. Beautiful, athletic sons. And they have their legs taken away. I'm sorry. This podcast isn't about quote movies. Sorry
yeah, it is.
that.
Dude, Trev, which I don't think you know this about me. I'm one of the biggest movie buffs out there.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, I love movies, dude. I could talk about movies. I even thought about doing like a movie podcast, like just literally just sitting here and discussing movies.
Do reviews on different movies.
Just discussions on. I love film. As a kid, as every kid probably had a dream of being an actor.
Oh yeah.
Or being famous of some sort. And I always wanted, when I was little, I wanted to be an actor, really bad. But I never even came close to pursuing any of that shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, I never even. It was just,
Well, I mean, this would probably be like the closest thing that would even fall in that category.
But the thing is I really got into film when I started working, in high school at the movie theater.
That's right.
Like, and at the time, like from 2000, from like 2011, I worked there from 2000. I worked there for years, like 2011 to through 2014.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all through high school, right?
Well, all through high school and like 2 years out of high school.
Yeah.
So, but from that time period, there was so many good movies that came out.
Oh yeah.
That was like a good time for like. I feel like the last couple of years have been kind of slow. There's been some good movies, but like 2013, 2012, there's some heavy hitters.
Well, it wasn't like when Avatar came out. Like all that.
I think Avatar came out 2012.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
I'm pretty sure. Let me. You know what?
You can just look it up. You got the magic stick. Got some 50 Cent in your hand, boy. You got the magic stick.
I mean, I hope I don't have.
But
2009. We were way off.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Shit. Yeah. No.
I almost kind of figured.
I don't know. It's weird. Like it's kind of blurred to me. I mean, it seems like that didn't come out that long ago, but that came out 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Like it does not feel like Avatar came out 10 years ago.
Oh, it came out 10 years ago, Trev.
Fuck. Dude,
yeah,
you know
it's not. It's no spring chicken in the movie world.
It's really not.
But yeah, just. But what I was saying was that was a good. I mean, I think one of the best. I really, 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 really think it's the best war movie ever. ever. And that's a bold statement because there's a lot of great war movies out there.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
there is a lot of great movies. But Fury is one of the best war movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
And if you haven't seen that shit, you guys should go watch it.
I have not. So
that movie is great acting. It's great story. Great. It's about
2014. Oh, it's Guy Ritchie. Oh, it's got to be good.
Oh, the cast is 100, bro.
Well, like Guy Ritchie wrote.
Amazing.
He was the one who wrote Fight Club, like the original book, and then was a part of that getting turned into the movie. So,
really?
If Guy Ritchie's involved with it, I'm sure it's pretty badass.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Like he's been on Rogan a couple times.
Oh,
he's
really?
He's dope.
Okay.
You should definitely look up those Rogan episodes.
Oh, I will for sure. But dude, the movie's amazing. You've never seen it, Trev?
No, I have
never
not.
seen it, man. I tell you what.
Honestly, this is the first time I think I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that movie, dude. It's got. Do you see the cast? Do you see what the cast? They got Shia LaBeouf, whatever his name is.
It's like Sean Dixon.
Brad Pitt. Who's the Mexican guy? What's his name? He plays on Ant-Man. He plays on a bunch of shit. He plays on the he played in that movie with the cop, Overwatch or some shit, or
End of Watch.
End of Watch, yeah.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of different stuff. What the heck? Sorry, computer's being a little.
That's all right. That's all right.
Michael Pena.
That's right. That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that cast is great.
Well, then you got like John Bernthal, who's the Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta check that movie out, dude. That movie is, and it's a movie about tank life in World War II. So like,
it's got Scott Eastwood.
Like I just think there's not too many movies about tank life.
I mean, not tank life
because I mean that's a big part of the war.
I think like the only one really that comes close would probably be like Saving Private Ryan. There's a little bit of tank action.
I mean that's a great movie too, though.
That's a real great movie.
That's a violent movie.
Oh fuck yeah, it is. That one will fuck you up as a kid.
Fury reminded me of like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Really?
Yeah. In a way.
I totally missed who did direct that.
I have no idea.
Let me look. Director David Ayer, who also wrote it.
He wrote what?
The movie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, it's a great movie. I'll tell you that.
Most definitely.
You haven't seen that? You know what? You guys need to go watch that movie. That movie is. I tell you what. That movie is a heavy hitter. Heavy hitters across the board, Trev. Across the board. But yeah, so. I mean, I think that's my favorite movie that came out within probably like in a long time. I don't know. Baby Driver to me was really, really good.
Oh, I love Baby Driver.
But the problem is, the Kevin Spacey shit kind of, so it kind of knocked it.
Put the dark stain on a lot of really good stuff.
You know what? I really enjoyed. Was it Prometheus or Alien? It was the new one.
I mean, like the newest one?
Yeah, the newest new one.
I think that'd be the Alien, because the Prometheus was they were on the spaceship, and then there was supposed to be like the prequel with like the android. I only saw part of it, but it wasn't very good.
Really? Well, I like the new one. Well, my thing is you gotta people, they critique those types of movies.
Yeah.
Like, that was stupid, so unrealistic. And the problem is, it's like, it's that type of movie. You got to know going into it, they're like, oh, that would never happen. Like, what are you talking about? It's not, we're not comparing it to real life here.
Exactly.
But,
I mean, that's the thing. You have to have a suspension of disbelief for all movies.
I don't know. It's interesting. I love the Alien movies, though. Even the old ones, those are good movies.
So yeah, the Alien Covenant was the 2017.
The Covenant,
one.
yeah, that's the one.
Most recent.
I liked that one. It was different. It was the actor who plays what's the guy's name in X-Men? I don't even know, but he plays in X-Men.
Is it the
guy with the helmet, or
was it like the newer X-Men?
Yeah, the newer
The
one.
First Class, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah. Yeah, the new X-Men, man, they've been coming out with some good ones. Like I really enjoy the new X-Men.
Well, did you see the
Like-
new trailer for the one like Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, and it's about that girl.
Yeah,
That girl who,
Jean.
yeah. And I don't know how that one's gonna go over.
I mean, it kind of feels like because the
I
X-Men 3 with like what's his face, Hugh Jackman and like
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, like that's the same character that was all like fucking crazy.
Right.
Like that was the Dark Phoenix.
So
bitch.
is Hugh Jackson gonna be in this one?
No, he's done as Wolverine.
But that's in the past. So this is like in, this, because I believe the last one took place in like in the 90s.
Okay.
Because they were still like, or in the 80s even.
So yeah, I kind of stopped following the X-Men story.
Because
I
now
didn't watch
now
the Apocalypse
now,
or anything like
because
that.
now they started a new franchise, obviously, and it's all of them like going back in time, like
the Days of Future Past.
Yeah,
there's
that one they went back in time, and then now, the newest one that they have is them, starting back like in '88 after what happened to Days of Future Past. Like,
Okay, yeah, and I don't
know if that made sense what I just said.
No,
but,
it did.
But you know,
no, the last like X-Men
like
related
those
shit I
movies.
watched was the Logan movie, but that's just
Logan was good because it was rated R.
oh, dude. I mean,
Thank
that
God.
first scene when he just starts hacking and slashing
yeah,
those
you're
dudes,
like, whoa,
I'm
you're
like, okay,
you sat
I
back
like
in your
this
chair.
shit.
You're like, oh, you have my attention. You have my attention.
Go on.
Yeah, go on. That was a great movie, and that was a great because now that one was in the future. That was like they were supposed to be in
It was
like
2030
30 or
yeah.
something like that.
You know what? Let me look that up.
Or it was like 2030. It was either 2024 or 2034, some shit like that. I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm looking it up right now.
Thank you, Trev. This is why
Oh, it's trying to give me like the real shit.
this is why you get paid the big bucks.
Yeah. Okay, so it was filmed in 2016, but what time period? Oh, it's 2029.
Okay, 20. So still, yeah, but
We were close saying 2030.
close enough. Close enough. Damn it.
It's all good.
It's all good. But yeah, that's this microphone's jacked up.
It's all good.
It's all good though. It's all good, bruh.
It's all good in the
Good?
neighborhood.
It's good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, man. Fuck. I wish I could maybe open up a movie theater.
Yeah, I feel like it's a dying business nowadays, though. 'Cause,
You think?
You've got Netflix and
Yeah, now you got all the
Hulu
and then,
Amazon's doing movies.
Well,
and
I was gonna say the problem is too is now you got all these sky streams Fire Sticks.
yeah.
That where you can just get these movies that are in theaters.
Well, and that's just like the legal stuff. Like you can also do just like the illegal BitTorrents and stuff like that if you want to be a real shady guy.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
You want to
though.
fuck
But if
around
you
with some
wanna-
copyright laws.
Right, but I'm saying if you want to be a normal human being, you just
Go to a movie theater.
Well, I
Or
mean,
get-
you could, yeah. If you want to be the right human being, you go to the movie theater and you give the money to the movie theater.
Exactly.
Business, boy.
Like how it's supposed to
But
be.
the thing is, yeah, because I'm telling you, you watch a film at home, you're gonna have a completely different experience if you watched it at a theater.
100%.
It's 100% different experience.
Well, not like
And
just for one
that's-
reason and one reason only is your cell phone. Like you're not going on your cell phone in the movie theater.
yeah.
Unless you're a piece of shit human
Yeah, I
being.
mean they're out there.
I mean,
some teenage chick or dude, doesn't have to be
no,
a
yeah.
chick.
I think anybody, any gender, any race. Dude, honestly,
Any age, actually. I don't even know why I said teenager. Any age.
listen.
Any age.
If you're pulling
I'll
out your
tell
cell
you this.
phone,
I'll go on, Trev.
if
yeah.
you're pulling out your cell phone in the movie theater, I think someone should just walk up behind you with a silenced pistol, hit you in the back of the head with it. I mean, just
Yeah.
put a bag over you and let the dude sweeping up popcorn take care of you when the movie ends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. Growing up, I was rowdy in the movie theater. I mean, Kyle Madden, K-Mad, He threw a hot dog, bro. Okay, so
Bro, what?
So we were. I don't even know what movie. I think we were trying to see The Strangers or something.
Oh, Jesus.
And or I don't know. We used to go to the. I mean, that was a thing when you did back when you were 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. You know.
Yeah.
Is you go to the movies a lot.
Well, that was like the only thing to do.
You know, but it was a great experience. I always loved it because I'm just hanging out with my friends, having a good time. We're about to go catch a flick, and after the flick, we're about to fuck around and. Do some fun shit. Maybe jump on trampoline.
Do hood rat shit with your friends.
Do some hood rat shit. Maybe after the movie, go over to the the local, maybe the Albertsons at the time.
Exactly.
And get some TP, and go hit the first person that pops up in your name with some some TP.
Why not?
Why not? That's that's what we do out here. But yeah. What was I saying? What was I even talking about?
Movies.
Movies, yeah. But
just
I was
going to the movies with your friends.
Right, yeah. What was I saying? I don't even know.
I don't either.
That you're not even listening. I'm out here.
I'm sorry. I'm fiddling with the camera.
It's all right. I'm doing a solo one, right? I'm not even supposed to be talking to you. I'm supposed to be talking to the fans.
Oh, that's
so. Listen, people. What I'm trying to say is, I'm opening up a movie theater and it's gonna be minimum prices. They want me to sell a ticket for $8.
Oh no, more like 13.
Matinee $8. I'm like, no, they're getting every movie, no matinee, no special treatment.
Listen.
We're all. I am the one. I don't know if that made sense. It didn't, but I am. There's just one human being.
Okay.
We're all human beings, and that's it. One. No matter race, religion,
or sexual orientation.
$2 movies.
$2. You literally wouldn't be making money.
But you would.
Would you though? Because you would probably have to fill up every show just to make your money back. Because you got to give a bunch of money to the studio just to license the movie out.
What you do is you go. Okay, listen. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. Okay, I'm not saying this is like.
I don't think anyone assumed it would be easy.
But I'm gonna pull it off. Because you get all the nicest shit, right?
Okay.
You get the the seats that lay out. You get all the nice shit, and then you also make your snacks a little more expensive.
Okay, so you're riding off people buying snacks.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be cracking down on people sneaking shit in?
No,
you're gonna let that just happen.
I think I'm gonna let it happen. I don't know though. Maybe not. I feel like people. Yeah. See, now it's tough. It's tough. But I don't like the idea of a ticket. Going. You already down $25, $30 right when you walk in the door of a theater.
True. Well, and then also,
and then you get snacks, and then they're like, "Oh, that's another $20."
Yeah.
I could have went to the local Outbacks and got myself a 3-course meal.
Bloomin' onion
meal deal. Oh
that free bread.
Oh yeah.
That free bread is the shit. That
bloomin'
dark loaf.
Onion. Yeah.
Oh.
A steak of some sort. Maybe some. If they had the old macaroni and cheese, bro, they got rid of it, dude.
They fucked up.
Dude, they completely changed up the whole rest. I don't know. I want to talk. I want to talk to whoever's running the Outback Steakhouse front office. I'm coming for you because
you know what, you need to write a strongly worded letter.
Why would you change? Have you ever had the mac and cheese at Outback?
Of course, I'm not a barbarian.
Yes, it's magical. It's something I experienced, and it's an experience that I will cherish forever. And that is that mac and cheese.
And you'll never be able to cherish it again.
No, I remember I went back there. I went back there for my dad's it was my dad's birthday or something, and the family went out.
Yeah.
For his dinner, and I ordered the mac and cheese. I was like, I don't give a shit. I love that shit. I hadn't been there in forever.
Okay.
And I ordered it, and it shows up in this tiny bowl, and just looks completely different. Everything's just different. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no, 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 no.
You know what it looked like?
I'm like, no, the kids' mac and cheese.
It looked like a disappointment.
It looked like it was huge disappointment. And then I got like yelled at for it because I was like, oh, I'm like, I said something like, this is different or this is not the same. And my mom's like, shut up. And she's like staring at my like brother's kids.
Like, just eat that shit.
Yeah, no, she's like staring at my brother's kids because they didn't want me because they were eating the same shit.
Oh, yeah, they'll get hella picky. Like, oh, Uncle Jay says it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it must be gross. We're not gonna eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fucking kids.
I was like, whoa, I'm just saying you can't. I'm just saying, okay, back to Outback. I'm just saying you should have never switched up the mac and cheese. That was a bad business move.
I know. What are you thinking?
That's my, that was my shit.
I mean, that's almost like getting rid of the bloomin' onion or something.
Yeah,
it's unthinkable.
It is, and now I could just never go back. So, maybe I won't go to the local.
I don't know. Kind of talking about one. I guess I get for a bloomin' onion though.
I mean, I guess I would just rather spend that much money at the movie.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. You got to think. The ticket price and the candy price.
I just got hella sad just now.
That's not the only money that's gonna have to be spent that night. Like if it's a couple going on a date night, I mean they're probably gonna have to shell out for a babysitter or something like that. Gas to get over there.
Don't even get. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's a whole other experience right there, brother.
By the end of it, it's like $100 just to go out to the movies with a date.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is. That's how it's gonna have to be.
It's expensive, man.
It is. But,
it's hard out here.
Yeah, but what do you think about going to the movies by yourself?
Oh, I fucking do it all the time. I prefer it.
I think, yeah, I do it all the time too. I'm not gonna say I don't do that, but I do it all the time, and I enjoy it. It's people may say it's weird, but I mean,
I think some people think it's weird, but
I don't think it's that weird.
Honestly, I think it's nice to do stuff by yourself. Just for you. You don't have to worry about other people's thoughts or opinions or how they might feel about something. It's like, oh, if I want to do this and enjoy this, I can do it myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of healthy to not need other people all the time just to do something that you want to do. You know
right.
what I mean?
I just, some people are like, that's kind of creepy. You're just going to the movies by yourself. But my thing is,
it's only creepy
like
if you're
I said,
seeing like a kids movie or something like that. Then it's a little creepy.
Dude, but I've done that.
But if you're watching Taken 5 or something like that.
But dude, I've watched like a kid movie by myself. Am I weird?
A little bit. That's a little weird.
Am I a little weird?
That's a little weird. I wouldn't. Okay, I watched like the Into the Spider-Verse movie by myself.
Okay, well that's a kid movie.
Like, well, I went and saw it with my buddy Luke, and then I also went back and saw it again by myself. But I don't know.
You double watched it. I'll tell you what.
Dude, that movie's so fucking good.
When I worked at the movie theater, I double watched. I triple watched.
Oh, why wouldn't you? I mean,
I remember when the Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Oh.
And I watched that shit like.
The Guardians of the Galaxy was a dope movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like the first one better than the second one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
That's how I kind of feel about Ant-Man too. But I love Venom. So where does Venom? I don't know if you're into Marvel at all.
I'm balls deep in Marvel.
Okay, so where does Venom fall on the universe of Marvel? Like what is he part of like?
I don't think he's in the current MCU right now.
So
the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If for those of you who don't know, the MCU is just like the Marvel movie universe.
But so that's what I'm confused on. So, but he's still a Marvel character.
Yeah, he's still a Marvel character that's licensed out to Sony. And that's the thing is.
Sony's got their foot in it too.
Yeah, because Sony's always owned a big chunk of Spider-Man.
Right, I knew that, but then they sell it because that's why. Isn't that why Spider-Man's all of a sudden back in?
Yeah, well,
no, I don't know.
I think Disney acquired more of it when they bought the rights to Marvel, but I think Sony still has their talons in it, so they're trying to milk it what they can. Which I don't know how they're going to try to write in because I've heard rumors that they're going to try to write in Venom to the whole around the universe of the regular movies, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. It hasn't been explained.
Yeah. Well, then Avengers Endgame is about to come out.
Yeah. When does that come out? Let me look it up.
I don't know, but I'm actually really excited for it,
Bro,
I thought Infinity War was actually a great film. You know, people, you know, of course, you know, they're gonna criticize that any movie. It's hard, you know. First of all, it's hard to make a movie with that many characters and get them in a short. You know, people are like, that movie's way too long.
Well,
I'm like, yeah, they got a lot of characters. They got to do a lot of things. There's a lot of
when they're telling a big story.
They're telling a huge story,
and it's been building up to
for
that
years.
Yeah, for years and years.
The people have single movies like Ant-Man, like Captain America, like Black.
Well, the very first one was Iron Man.
Or yeah, the very first one was Iron Man. That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
like,
I mean, yeah. So
the Hulk. They have all these movies adding up all the way up to this point. Like it's been, you know, for Thor. You know, all these movies have been just added up.
Oh yeah.
To this point, and I don't know. That's why you have to have these.
And then that's the thing. You have like the first Avenger movie, the second one,
right?
Like the
right.
Marvels, like the Civil
and
War.
I wonder what's next after the Endgame. Like what do you think is? I mean, obviously you don't know until you see the film.
Yeah.
What could be possible next? Because I just feel like everyone's done shooting like Avenger stuff. I don't know.
I think it might be a natural place to want to
wrap
I mean, up
end game. Like it's the end game. Like this is almost.
Oh well, no, there'll be another Avengers movie after Endgame for sure.
Think so?
I think this one is like, hey, this is all of our fallen heroes are now gonna have to try to come together and build up their forces, and like that. I think Endgame is just gonna be.
Do you think people are coming back to life in this film?
I think a lot of people are gonna be coming back. I think because in the end of the second Ant-Man, spoiler alert for people, he gets trapped in the Phantom Zone. Or not Phantom Zone, but the Quantum Realm.
The Quantum Realm, yeah.
When Thanos snaps his fingers. So, he's going to come back because he's been in the trailer, like out front of Captain America's
so he's going to
house.
get in that Quantum Realm and do some
searching there's gonna be some crazy like alternate universe or turn back time or something.
But
I don't know.
But I also think Doctor Strange has something to do with it. I think he said there's only one way to win.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like that was a big hint.
Out of all those millions of possibilities.
The movie's called Endgame, and he's the one who said we're in the Endgame.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think that has something to do with it. But, you know, maybe this is the way to victory for them.
Well, Doctor Strange has always been like a big part of the Avengers.
What?
Well, Doctor Strange was like not the original Avengers, but he was always a big part of the fight against Thanos in like the comic books. Mm-hmm. So I think he's definitely one. I mean,
he holds the stone, you know.
Well, plus
it's a time stone. It's
Benedict Cumberbatch, and people go fucking nuts over that dude.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try to milk him for all he's worth.
I'll tell you what, dude. Kelly had an old roommate that guy looked just like, they look identical.
Really? Were you a little threatened by him?
No, not at all.
Personally, I would be.
Personally, I mean, an uglier version, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
like a creepier, uglier version. I mean, I don't even think that guy's that good. You think Doctor Strange is? I think he's got, you know.
I don't know. I think something like the Britishness of him is what, like.
Oh, he's British?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Well, in real life, he's British. I think that's what.
He's got an accent?
Mm-hmm. That accent.
Damn, I'm always impressed when people do American accents.
I do it. They can do it.
They do it so well.
Dude, like the Australians can do American accents pretty well. Like pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't do any other accents without it sounding really bad or racist.
Yeah, we'll sound right. Yeah, it kind of does come off racist, doesn't it? Not especially now.
Yeah.
Now everything is just racist, which, you know, sometimes some of it actually is racist.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. That's for sure.
But
so looked it up. Avengers Endgame comes out April 26th.
April 26th.
So next month, the end of next month.
And then I want to get a better trailer. There's been a trailer that came out. I think there's been two.
Yep.
But it's Tony Stark like almost signing off like he's about to die.
Yeah.
And,
which I mean, Robert Downey Jr. has been involved since in the beginning. Which
I mean
when did Iron Man
but the
come
thing
out?
is like when now the thing. Okay, the answer to if they're gonna make more movies is actually yes, because they've already they're making. When does Marvel or Captain Marvel come out?
It comes out this month, I think. I think like the 21st. Well, then like Captain Marvel is going to be a big part of bringing everybody back in Endgame, I feel like, as well.
Well, I think the movie is like in like it's supposed to be in the past. Like I don't think it's in the present.
Like Captain Marvel is going to be her origin story, and then like she's going to show up in like probably at the end of Endgame to fight in the next Avengers movie. Like they're going to drag it the fuck out and make a buttload of money. But yeah, I think it's 2 more official Avengers movies, and then there's probably going to be a few more like individual character movies in between.
We can't, we can't. Cause I mean, there's no one else powerful than Thanos.
Well, yeah, because
or they'll make like a reboot years down the road.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like Captain Marvel,
like Star Wars. Star Wars should honestly, they should have maybe never made any other movies.
I think like the Solo, like that was okay, and like the Rogue One was good, and even like the 7th one, like the Force Awakens, that one was good. But the Last Jedi, I think, or whatever it was.
Did you not like the Last Jedi?
I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it just.
I kind of like this story. I mean, I just think they should have maybe never, like they killed off Luke. He went off to the shit abyss.
Yeah.
He just floated away. The shit abyss.
You could smell that. You could smell the shit storm was coming.
The shit storm was coming. He's like, he's like, I'm too old for this.
Hey, listen, I thought he was gonna go out of the shit abyss when he's like all standing in front of the giant walkers and they're shooting at him.
And I'm like, oh well, what the. He's not even there.
Yeah, like what the hell is that?
Yeah,
or bro, like what the fuck was that? And then when fucking like Princess Leia just like flies back into the ship after the shit gets blown up, like that bitch should have been dead.
Okay,
like that, like no, that just doesn't happen. All right, I'm sorry. Even with your force, like go fuck yourself. Like that was bullshit.
That's like over. Like my thing is in the other movies, like. I'm trying to think. It's been a minute since I've watched them.
Nothing bullshit like that has ever happened.
What I'm saying.
Like they can throw some shit around with the Force and do like some Jedi mind tricks, but nobody's
jump in the air high. Like,
nobody's like in the vacuum of space, like about to fucking die, and then they just start flying into a ship. Like what the hell is?
No. Yeah, you're in space. Yeah. She can just like breathe out there.
Dude, she would already been dead. Dude, 19 seconds and you're unconscious, and then you're done.
Well, I mean. They're also in a different, universe and a galaxy far, far away.
I know, but it was one of those like cut
you're
the
right,
shit moments,
you're
bro.
Right. That was
like,
stupid.
I can accept galaxy far away, like but come on.
Okay, now you're making me like I'm with you on it. I'm with you.
And then
because he's standing in front of the Ewoks or whatever they're called, and then nothing happens. So he's not. But then he has physical has a fucking. A lightsaber fight.
Yeah. Well, and then like even just the bad guy dude, like who the fuck is that?
But then he's not even there. He's not even there. He gets stabbed, and he's like, he's not even there. I don't know. I guess is that what the Force is all about?
Yeah, I don't know. It was some bullshit. But
I mean, since when? Now that I'm thinking about it, like since when did they do that in the older movies?
No, never once. Not one time did there was like some force projection where it's like, oh, now like I'm
like he can be in two places at once.
Yeah, no, fuck
and
that
like
noise.
It's like, why would you ever risk going and like gonna actually die when you can just be two places?
Yeah,
like a hologram,
like from a completely different planet across the galaxy. Like, go fuck yourself. That was bullshit.
Yeah,
that was such bullshit.
Oh,
and then that's the thing. Like,
that's
so
hilarious.
Like the main bad guy, like the Adam Driver dude, who's fucking Han Solo's son. Like that guy just looks like a pussy.
Oh, when I
like
seen
that guy
him,
doesn't even look like a bad guy.
When they took the mask off in the first one,
like it's that dude.
I was like, no.
He looks like a bitch.
Everyone's like, this guy's a pussy.
Seriously. Well, and then like
I tried to like the guy.
Well, that's the thing. Like they had that one alien
that's
dude,
a
like
big
the
image, dude.
The
that's
General Snoke or whatever that was the bad guy, and like he looked like a bad guy. Like okay, I can understand. This is like the big bad guy. We're gonna turn.
Yeah,
like,
he
Han
looked
Solo's
like a
pussy
bad
ass
guy.
son, probably to the good side, because yeah.
Oh, you thought he was gonna switch over?
I thought but then he just kills him.
I knew it, dude.
There's some.
Really, you thought you was gonna switch over?
Well, I just kind of thought like, yeah.
Maybe I thought that in the second one, in the Last Jedi, because then that's another thing. Like now, Ren, what's her name? Ren.
Yeah, Ren.
Ren and what's the other guy's name?
Wait, well, is it? Because it's Kylo Ren. It's Rey.
Oh, Rey. Yeah,
That's
Kylo. It. Yeah, Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they can just see each other in a room. They can just be on different planets.
Yeah, and they're just like mentally connected.
The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.
It's FaceTime with the Force.
Yeah, it's like
some bullshit.
Yeah, when in Star Wars has that ever happened?
Never.
So pretty much Disney just like said, "Hey,
J.J. Abrams, why don't you just do whatever the fuck you want to make your bullshit plot work?" Yeah.
The Force actually means you can just be everywhere. You're just.
It's like Skype. But you can see like the actual person and the connection's better.
And then in Rogue One, they had that blind dude. What was he saying? He's like, "I'm the Force. The Force is." I don't even know.
Dude, honestly, I watched Rogue One once right when it came out, and I was so high when I watched it. I don't remember any of it pretty much. I remember like the story and shit, but I don't remember a lot of it.
It's about. It's just about the war that went down when I think in episode or is it number 5 or 4, 3, 4? I think in 5. Like there's a war that went down. Or maybe it was in the first one.
Well, no, it was
the first one.
Though I know
time base.
Well, Rogue One takes place right before like the very, very first one was made, which is technically episode 4.
So that's what started the war pretty much.
Yeah. When they found like the plans for the Death Star.
Yes.
And how to destroy that shit.
Yes. I thought that was cool. Because then at the very end, at the very end, you see Vader and he's just fucking people up. He's just like, and it was so sick. And then you see Princess Leia and they took a hologram image of her when she was in the old movies and put it on the new movie.
Yeah, like that was dope. It looked like she's young.
And they did that with one of the leaders too on the Imperial. What are they called?
The Rebels or the Imperials.
The Imperials. One of the old masters from the old movies. He's like passed away. They took his hologram and he was on that movie for the whole movie. Yeah. So it looked like the real.
I didn't know he died.
It was like some old general.
Oh really?
Huh. Yeah, because he was old on the old movies.
Oh, true. That was back in the 70s.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck me. Sorry. Wasn't really thinking about that. Okay. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. All right, we're all good.
but then
fucked everything.
But then Vader, he came in there and he destroyed stuff. But then I loved Solo actually. But it's just weird to me. I can't grasp, and I said this before, like the fact that Han Solo was already young in 3, 4, and 5. Like, you know what I mean? Like Harrison Ford was that his name? Is that his name?
Harrison Ford was like in his early 30s in 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, was he? He was in his 30s?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me Google that just to make sure. I'm pretty sure
he was like in his 20s. Maybe I mean,
he might have been like late 20s.
Then that's okay. Then the new Solo is okay. I take that back if that's the case. Because you could, I mean, I think they were saying he was a kid, like I think they were saying like he was like 19, 20 in the movie Solo, the new one. So I mean, it works out. The ending of that movie is dope. I love the ending of that movie.
Yeah. Well, like,
have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
The ending of it, and then I didn't even think. I was like, because I didn't know what the time frame was, so like, Vader wasn't even a thing then.
So he was born in 1942, and then he played Han Solo in 1977. So that would make him 35 when he played it.
Okay, well then good.
Yeah.
I was always saying, okay,
that kind of works.
Then that makes sense. Cause that's I mean, if he was playing as like a 15-year-old kid in that movie,
Solo, I thought he'd be like at least 20 in Solo.
Or sorry, 20. Did I say 15?
Yeah.
What I meant is he plays as a 20-year-old, but that works. That's a 15-year-old span from 35 to 20.
Exactly.
So I guess it kind of checks out.
You can kind of age.
It checks out. Okay. You know what?
I can suspend my disbelief for that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it makes sense. So that's actually, man, they did that perfect, honestly, because it makes sense because from the age, because in the movie Solo, the time period is when what's the guy's name? The guy with the double lightsaber.
Well, so Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yeah,
So-
that's that time period when he was in charge of
Well,
whatever it was called.
He survived getting cut in half. Like that's
Uh-huh.
there. Like there's a whole bunch of books and like there's a graphic novel where he so he gets robot legs. And then he starts running some like underground shit, and that's
really,
and that's what
this is in books. Has this been in any movies?
No movie.
Oh.
Well, I think they did it in like the cartoon, like the Clone Wars that they did on like Cartoon Network for a while.
Did you watch that? The Clone Wars?
No.
Or is that super kiddish?
That it was a little past my time. I was watching like Adult Swim by that point. I'd be watching King of the Hill and Family Guy.
Yeah.
So like I'd maybe catch the end of it when I was trying to tune in to watch that stuff, or like an American Dad.
But yeah, I mean, that's that time period. So Vader is what he's Anakin Skywalker. Is that his name?
Yeah, Vader. Yeah, it was already Vader. So was doing his thing.
So that's like the time period of Star Wars 1.
Exactly. It was like right before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because he was still, Anakin, Vader, I should say.
Yeah,
he was still a child.
The Jedis had already been killed. Like the Empire was already running shit.
Yeah, the Empire was running, bro. Darth Maul was a bad motherfucker.
Wow, he was my favorite Star Wars villain as a kid.
Yeah. Me too. I had his mask with all of his horn, like his red. Like I had his mask for Halloween. I love that dude.
Dude, I love
and I had like a little figure. Do you ever? I always forgot that I collected like action figures of oh yeah, Darth Maul or like football players. Like I used to love that shit. Anyways, yeah, go on.
When I was in like 6th grade, we went to Disney World, right around my birthday, and for like we were in the shop and there was this picture of Darth Maul that was signed by like the actor, and I was just in love with it. Like I couldn't stop looking at it. My parents like got it for me for like as a late birthday present to surprise me. It was dope. I still have it. Yeah,
that's cool, dude. Did you ever as a like I don't even know what grade, like 5th, 4th grade? Did you ever go to like the trains like
museums
in like I think it was in Sacramento. Yeah, those were funny. I used to just I had like this little like weird like fetish where I love the nails, like the nails that they put in the hand, like for the into the rail. Like, do you remember what those look like?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like bought like a bunch of them. Like I had like a necklace and it was like one of them. Like I just like bought a bunch of stuff. I don't know why. I just loved the way it looked. I don't know why. It was so weird.
Hey, I mean,
and then I was hitting people with them.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Can't be doing that.
I know. No, I was like 4th grade. How old am I? I don't even know how old I am.
Probably. Well, you were probably 10.
Probably 10. 10 years old. Man, have you ever been on a cruise, Trevor?
No, I haven't, man.
I haven't been on a cruise.
I don't really want to be on a cruise.
Really?
Not a fan of the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with the ocean.
Ocean's a beast. But I'll tell you one thing. A cruise can be fun, depending, on which one you do. Because, you don't want to go on an old person's cruise.
No.
You don't want to go on a cruise where there's a bunch of kids.
Yeah, you don't want to be on like a Disney cruise.
Kids. Oh,
fuck,
God, dude. Where can I get a drink? Nowhere. Why? Because there's kids. What? I don't know that. That's not a thing.
Well,
hold
on.
Saying,
that's when you're on a floating prison.
Yeah, I almost went and worked on a cruise ship, bro.
Oh, that's not what you
want. My God. I almost did it, bro. I almost got up and left.
Bro, why would you want to be doing that? I mean, what would motivate you to even like look into doing that?
Well, dude, the school I went to in Minnesota was also for working on cruise ships.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so I got interviewed at the school, and then like, yeah, we'll hire you. And then, I got hired, and then I just never show. I was supposed to go to Baltimore.
Fuck. You just didn't show?
For training. I just didn't show up. Well, I got other job opportunities, but
yeah. You're just like, I'm not trying to fuck around on a cruise ship.
But it was I was like, so where the training was in Baltimore, and then but the cruise ship was the cruise, I think, from San Francisco, it's San Francisco to all the Hawaiian Islands.
Okay.
But You work every single day.
Jesus.
You don't get days off.
Yeah, no. Well, that
You
is
work.
the thing.
You work every single you get hours off. So I think you would work. I want to say you work 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, and then you get I don't know, 8 hours off. And then or some shit like that. Yeah, for sleeping and after that point you can't really do anything. 8 hours, I gotta go to sleep because I just worked for 12 hours.
Exactly.
You know,
you might have enough time.
I don't know. Maybe you got a few days off too. It was something weird like that.
Maybe
and I was
you do a week on,
and then,
2 days off or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're just in a room, dude. Your room is tiny, and you share it with people, and it's just it doesn't. You know, it's not what you want.
Yeah, no,
it's not what you want. I'm glad I didn't do it, dude. I think that'd been a terrible experience.
I mean, maybe if you were doing like the Caribbean islands or something, like the Atlantic Ocean, that would be a different story. Like around Florida, that would.
No, man, I would rather have done the Pacific, honestly.
Oh no, I think storms are way worse in the Pacific than they are in the
Look
Atlantic.
Look up what ocean has the worst storm, or the Atlantic. I mean, but Florida. I mean, isn't that part of the Gulf of Mexico?
Well,
I guess it's on the Atlantic though. It's on the Atlantic.
And it's also part of the Gulf of Mexico. It's both.
Yeah, it's the Atlantic. I mean,
stormiest seas in the world.
I feel like the Gulf of Mexico just gets shit. Like Florida just gets shit on.
Oh,
right
true.
there,
that is where the hurricanes are gonna roll.
That's
through.
hurricane season, baby. You know, you thought hurricane season was over. You were wrong.
Oh yeah, no, because the Bay of Biscay, in Florida, between the French and Spanish. I don't know why it says that, but
yeah, man, I'm telling you, you don't want. You don't want you don't want to be stuck out in the Bermuda Triangle area.
No.
I don't know why that keeps getting brought up. The goddamn Bermuda Triangle.
Hey, it's a mystery.
It's a mystery, and I would love to figure it out. And people just write it off as bad weather, but I just watched a video today about it, and the thing is, I think it was in the 1940s, maybe late 1940s, 1950s. Like so many planes just went missing.
Well,
planes went missing within within days span, within a week. Each day, planes went missing. Yeah. Boats went missing.
One of those things
people say human error.
One of the things people don't ever mention when they're talking about the Bermuda Triangle, though, is a lot of planes and boats go missing there, mainly because just a ton of shipping and flights go through that area in general. That's like saying there's a conspiracy if the busiest highway in the world has a bunch of car accidents. You know what I mean? Shit's gonna happen.
Right. I mean, but I don't think
there might be some unexplained things that might have a phenomenon we're not sure of yet. But a lot of it is just chalked up to the fact that there's just a lot of fucking ships and planes going through the Bermuda Triangle. It's like a common shipping route.
Really?
Yeah. That's
okay.
something that's something no one never mentions that because it kind of oh yeah, that makes sense. A lot of shit would go missing there because a lot of shit goes through there.
Who knows? You know that who?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't until I see any proof. I mean, it's fun
It is fun to think about, kind of like aliens and stuff like that. Which, I mean,
man, they say there's aliens up by Mount Shasta. They say there's this guy. There was this big documentary, one of the biggest documentaries about aliens on Netflix, and there was this guy telling a story from Mount Shasta.
Okay.
And he was just saying he got abducted by one.
Jesus. Well, I mean, was he was he asleep? Well, that's the thing. So many of those abduction stories.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
God.
I don't think anybody's been abducted by aliens. I just don't.
Dude, people have
But here's the thing.
I think maybe you were just getting raped.
No, well.
No, I'm just kidding. That's hardcore. I shouldn't have said that. That's
some people have weird experiences.
Yeah. Well, dude, have you seen that Abducted in Plain Sight?
I haven't. Well, is that the kidnapping one?
Yeah.
Where the guy makes the girl believe that he like is an alien and
yeah.
like he has to marry him.
Yeah, maybe.
To save like their family. It's like
Yeah.
there's some weird shit going on. And then like
Maybe
the dad of the little girl sucked off the pedophile dude because he's like, dude.
The dad. No, he didn't suck him off. He jerked him off.
Bro, it was like the 70s. Like he probably sucked him off. Like he's just saying jerked off now, kind of just to make it sound not as bad. But he probably just.
Maybe. That's I don't really.
I think he smoked some pole.
Man, I don't really understand why he did that.
I don't either, man. It's just.
Man, that guy must have been a master of just like
manipulation.
Just hey, just do it. Come on, like.
Well, he also must have found just some really dumb people.
He did, dude.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I think what happened was they just let him in. Like they let him in too easy.
Yeah.
Like he just started being like. I mean, you haven't seen it, right?
I have not. I've heard a lot about it.
You know, they just let him. You know, he just faked like he was this nice guy in the community, and people started loving him, and he would just do everything for the kids. But then one of the girls, he obviously loved
too much.
And dude, don't even get me started on this documentary. Actually, this family is. I don't even want to say any bad things, dude.
Well, because I mean, they went through a tragedy, but
this is Dude, not until you watch the documentary. It's the stupidest, like I said, dude.
Like it shouldn't have happened. You know,
I don't want to make people mad, but I mean, dude, yeah, like this guy had, like spoiler alert, but this guy had, I don't even want to say it, dude. It's just so frustrating. Now that I think about it, I watched it and I was pissed off after I watched it. I was like. What do you expect to have? Like this guy, like it's tough, man.
Like they should have known.
Well, they knew. It's just like they knew. Like the daughter was gone, right?
Yeah.
And she would talk to her family on the phone.
Well,
and be like, "Oh, I'm with him. Like I can't wait to see you." And they're like, "Oh, we can't wait to see you. Just come home safe." Like. It was just like some weird
No, why wouldn't you like get a hold of the cops? Like, hey, this guy has my daughter, and I don't want that. And since unless she's 18, you pretty much own her if you're the parent.
What happened was they had him like in jail. Like they were gonna like prosecute this guy. Like, but he went back to the wife and was like, if you say anything, if you rattle me. You know, I'll tell the whole town that, so and so gave me a handy.
Yeah.
And I had,
Yeah, no, and he fucked the mom too. That was like, oh
that's
my
what I'm
god.
Saying. They had, dude. They were together for I want to say like 12. I want to say not 12 months, but they were together for a while. For like maybe it was like a month, not a while, but for a good amount of time. Like she like almost left her husband, like pretty much left her husband for a good minute.
Had a full blown affair with the dude that was raping her daughter.
Yeah.
And got jerked off by her husband.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
Jesus Christ, dude, that's like some cult leader level.
That's
shit.
What I'm saying.
That
like
is
this
some
guy
cult
was
leader,
like,
leader
how do you how does this happen? Like man, it kind of just makes me mad, dude.
That guy could have fucking gone up in the mountains with like
it makes me mad.
10 people just like him and been like the next cult story of the 2000s.
Dude, yeah.
Or not the 2000s. That was happened like in the 70s, right?
Right, yeah.
But fuck.
I'm just saying, like it was like what are these guys? This family? What were they doing? I don't know, dude. That's just. Like I said, I watched it and I was like, I can't believe this is happening. What, as a parent, you should take full action. I feel like they weren't taking full action.
Well, it's like,
because then they were all stuck. The guy was in their head, dude. He was in their heads, dude. He was in their heads. He won them over, bro. They were so scared to do anything because, they thought maybe he would do something to the daughter. But he was just in love with the daughter.
Jeez. Well. I mean,
he took her to Mexico. Spoiler alert. He took her to Mexico and got married. Got married with her.
Yeah, because Mexico, for some reason, the legal age of consent is like 12.
Yeah.
Which is just fucked, by the way.
Yeah, I can't believe, is that still a thing?
Let me look that up. What is the legal age of consent in Mexico?
He took her to Mexico, got married to her. But I think the cops didn't. But the thing is, she was tricked, man. And then she continued to be like brainwashed and tricked for like almost, definitely through her whole childhood, and definitely through her going, even in high school. She was saying she still thought, she had to finish out the mission, which was the mission was with the aliens, because the aliens told him, or told her supposedly that she needed to be with him to save the world.
Yeah, which that's the thing is he was the aliens.
What I mean?
Like, I mean, come on.
Right. Well, of course, I mean, he drugged her and made these tapes.
Yeah.
He made these tapes and saying like, as an alien, like, you have to
just doing all sorts of random ass shit.
Yeah. No, seriously, she was all drugged up, and he would play like a tape recorder.
So, the federal law establishes the age of 12 as the minimum age of consent in Mexico. But
that's like such a. But what?
So it's not. But the age that all restrictions are released for consensual sexual activities is 18. So sex with someone between 12 to 18 is not illegal exactly, but can still be open to prosecution under certain circumstances.
Okay.
So I think if like the parents really want to like fuck you over, they can be like, no.
Well, now you're raping.
Yeah,
now
you're raping.
A raper. So hide your kids, hide your wife, because he's out here raping everybody.
Exactly.
So. But I mean, think about that. Like, but why is that even a thing? Why do you even let that be a thing? I wonder how many 13-year-olds are getting married.
Way more than you'd think is comfortable.
Yeah, probably a gross amount of number. And like I said, this is like a loophole, bro. This is like a loophole for like, almost like, for rapers.
Some straight pedophilia. Yeah, that's exactly what it's a loophole for.
Yeah. What? Come on. I mean, I don't want to talk bad on Mexico, but
get your shit together.
But 13?
No, bro, 12
or 12? Yeah, 12.
Not even a teenager.
I just feel like this is like some type of loophole. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overacting. Maybe this is just like
it's a like an outdated idea. Like, listen, maybe the age of consent of 12 is a good idea when people die at 30. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the old, the old way of living.
I mean, yeah, because
now you can't, you're not gonna, you shouldn't be getting married at 12. No. Come on.
Well, first off, like, you shouldn't be making
permanent
career decisions at 12. You know what I mean?
Right. Can you imagine at 15? You're like, I'm halfway through life.
Got a kid. He's 2 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he got another one on the way.
Life, man.
I'm just getting old. It's getting fucking old.
Oh, life is so hard, dude. I hate being 15. I'm getting old.
Dude, my back's starting to kill me.
2 kids. I don't know where I'm going in life.
Dude, I mean, that's the thing.
I got 2 baby mamas. They throw up a lot of drama. Gotta deal with, dude. I fucking hate being 15.
Dude. Don't you just wish for the back in the days when you were like 6 or 7? You just getting out there, getting wild in the town, fucking everything you can before you had to get responsible and start dealing with your shit.
Yeah, remember when we were 2 and cracked some cold beers for the first time? That was sick.
Kill your first animal, age of 18 months.
I could, dude. That's so crazy. 15, you're like, yeah, I'm halfway through life. I made it this far.
Yeah, dude.
I'm 15.
Well, dude, and that's the thing. You're already the lucky one that hadn't died already of like some disease or like just broken arm, and like, yep, now you're gonna die.
Yeah, 15 was like 30, pretty much.
Dude, midlife crisis at 15. Oh. I know my back's getting a little tight too.
Ooh.
I've been sleeping wrong. I don't know. My back's been hurting every morning.
Could be that chair.
I don't know. This chair's not bad. It's got a decent lumbar support to it. I'm doing back-breaking work all the time.
Yeah, me too, man.
Oh, dude, pushing that cart up and down the aisle, I bet it gets tough.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough cookie to handle,
But
Trev.
honestly, like Jay, I'm kind of something I wanted to ask you for a little bit. That I don't want it to like put any evil on you or anything like that. But dude, how are you not like scared of flying? Because I'm honestly
No,
like,
I thought about that.
It fucks with me a little bit.
Well, I mean, I thought about that the other day, to be honest. Because someone brought up to me, or no, I was watching. You know who Alex Honnold is?
Yeah, the free climber.
Yeah. The solo. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was watching the interview he was doing. And they were talking about heights, and some people are just most people are afraid of heights.
Oh yeah.
I'm
terrified of them.
Most people are afraid of them.
Like I don't fuck with cliffs.
Now me, and then they were breaking it down, and I would be that guy, like I do flying every time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking about the heights. Realistically, in my head, I'm thinking, and I feel super safe. That's the problem. But I tell you what, you put me on a ledge, and I have to get on my stomach and crawl over and peek over.
Even on my stomach,
I'm like sweating just thinking about it. And even if it could be 100-foot drop off, only 100 feet, and I'd be like tripping out about it.
Bro, like 30 feet, and I'm kind of getting nervous.
Also, when I'm rock climbing, for example, and I used to do a lot of rock climbing.
I remember when we were younger. Yeah, we used to do a lot of it.
I would, with the gear on, I trusted the gear.
Yeah.
Obviously, I felt super safe and super comfortable. Now, one time, and this is actually, I look back at it and I make fun of myself for this because it's funny as hell. But one time in Colorado, we were climbing up these rocks,
mm-hmm.
and it started to get. I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing hard, but it wasn't easy either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it wasn't. Like, I don't know, but we were on these rocks.
It wasn't like climbing wall,
and we're already on top of like a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's this little part, like, and it's not even like vertical, dude. Like, I mean, it's kind of vertical, not really. Like but there's this, like, it's kind of like there's a spot where it gets kind of vertical for a minute, like for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I was getting up on it, and I was trying to get up to the very top, and I just had like this weird mental breakdown. And like if I slipped, like I would have died. You would have died.
Yeah,
for sure. If not, you've been very fucked up.
Just fucked. Like,
yeah,
at the point where you wish you would have died.
And so I thought about it, dude. While I was like climbing, like I thought about like falling, and I thought about dying, and it fucking it's like just a flip of a switch, dude. Instant like panic attack.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't screaming, but I just couldn't move. Like I was just like. And my friends were like, it was Eric and Duncan, my friend from Colorado, and he was just like, he's like, Jay, just go, like, just put your leg here, go. And I just couldn't, dude. It was a mental block in my head, and I never had that before. But that's when I realized, like, yeah, now I'm actually really scared of heights.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I'm really afraid of heights. But then for my job, I fly by. I don't think about it like in heights.
See, like what kind of weirds me out too is.
But I also knew I didn't have a harness, and there wasn't that safety net. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm just out in the open and next to a cliff it's gonna kind of freak me out. I don't know.
No, I feel that. Like back before they had the fence at Lookout Point, I remember I was there was a fire one year when I was younger. And my mom, my sister, and I were at Lookout Point watching the fire down in the canyon. And, dude, just being even 5 feet away from that cliff freaked me the fuck out.
Well, especially when you're little, too.
Yeah.
When you're little, that canyon.
When the wind's blowing. And dude, you're little. You don't have a lot of weight. That wind can push you around not too hard.
Easily push you around.
I'm just
and then
clinging
when
to my
you're little,
mom.
everything seems bigger too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember when my mom would be like, we're going to Chico.
It feels like an hour-long drive.
I'm like, we're going on a mission.
It's a road trip.
I'll be pale. I'm like, we going to the far place? Mom's like, yep. I'm like,
no, it's like you can get it's like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on how fast you drive.
I mean, if you literally go from the bottom Skyway and Paradise
Mm-hmm.
to the bottom of Chico and Sky, like where the 6-hole is, where Nevada Bob's is.
Yeah.
If you go bottom to bottom, 8 minutes, dude.
Shit.
Like I'm talking like Sierra Central, like Neil Road, where you go up to Neil. There to the Nevada Bob's is like an 8-minute drive.
Yeah, I'd say it probably takes me about like 12 just because I've got that shitty Blazer. I'm doing
I don't know,
like
dude.
60 max.
Because think about it. It takes... I guess you're right, yeah. Because you're right. But, I mean, dude, you know, Paradise, man, I mean, not so much now, but, I mean, before the fire... It
was busy. I mean, for the small town.
I mean, it takes a minute to get through the goddamn town because, first of all, there's the speed limit is just so slow. There's no speed limit in Paradise over 30, 35. Is there any 40s?
No, there's no 40s in Paradise.
There's no
there are
40s.
only places right after you
maybe
pass
at
Bushman.
Pence, maybe at Pence Road, like down by the lake.
Yeah, well, after you pass,
know?
I think Stearns.
Yeah,
Stearns Road. Then it turns into a 40, and then after you pass Bushman going down Clark, it turns into like a 45. Like past like the post or not the post office, but the Paradise Post.
Right.
And like the Army surplus store and all that shit. It's 45, but.
Oh boy, Trev, thank you for that update.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't know. Sorry.
No,
that was really entertaining podcast. Just us describing roads and speed limits.
Yeah, just speed limits here and there.
How long it takes.
Speed limit. Do you think speed limits are? Do you think they're a good thing, or do you think like I-5 should be the Autobahn? Well, just no speed limit, just let it rip.
The thing is, like, speed limits were invented, like not invented, but first really implemented on highways in the 70s when they had the gas crisis.
Yeah.
So that people wouldn't be hauling ass trying to go as fast as they can and wasting gas because there just wasn't enough to go around. So, and that's the thing too is they were implemented when cars didn't have the kind of handling, suspension, brakes, and steering that they do now. So yeah, 55 in like a 1965 like Chevy is a really probably smart speed to travel, and any faster you're probably gonna kill yourself. But nowadays with your fucking like Tesla, you don't need to be going 55. Like that's not.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. That's a good point because, you don't want to be going 75, 80 miles per hour in that old-ass heavy metal car.
Exactly.
It'll do some and then I'm sure, I mean, that makes sense. But, like, these new cars easily, dude, you're cruising at 90 just, like, don't even feel like you're going 90.
Yeah.
Any new car, you go up to 80, 85, you can just, it's so smooth.
Well, and then that's the thing, like even the weight differentials and stuff back then, you would have super heavy engine blocks and a light ass back and you would fishtail.
Yeah.
If I feel careful.
I don't know. There's definitely more drivers in the U.S. than, in Europe at the Autobahn, but.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can really compare numbers. And people do less driving anyways because they got public transportation like a mofo.
Yeah.
Out in Europe, so you know what I mean.
Not to mention, Europe is like the size of fucking California, Nevada, and like Oregon. I mean, if you put all that shit together, it'd probably be just most of Europe.
It's something like that.
Well, that might be a bit of under exaggeration, but it's not that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Basically, like the thing that's probably going to take the longest is dealing with like.
I mean, we got from Berlin to Amsterdam in 5 hours.
Jeez.
5 hours, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like Berlin's East Germany.
Was that driving or
East
like on
Europe.
A train?
On a bus.
On a bus, like a European Greyhound.
Like kinda, yeah. Yeah, rode that bitch for 5 hours.
What company? What's the name of it?
Flexibus or something.
Flexibus.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good, It was I just slept the whole time.
Yeah.
But it had a bathroom on it, so it was chill. You could buy snacks and water from the bus. It was so funny. They're like, if you want to buy any snacks or water, you have to buy it from the bus driver.
Really?
I was like, doesn't seem safe.
Trying to make change.
Yeah.
Switch lanes.
Yeah. I'm like, what
Jesus.
kind of establishment is
going to kill us?
But, they got us there. We pull up to Amsterdam. We walk to to our little hotel thingy, whatever you want to call it, or hostel.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
All
Good
right.
time in the Netherlands. It's a beautiful place.
Fuck yeah.
That place is crazy. So it's at sea level, and so all the there's canals everywhere. Like the city is built.
It's almost like a colder version of Venice.
It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool how that is. So everything's old,
Yeah.
I can't believe how many people ride bikes there, dude. It's bike heaven there.
Oh yeah.
And it's so crazy because their bikes are different like than bikes here in America.
Like how so?
Like they're just like they got that more like I feel like here in America there's more of a sporty bike look that people could get.
They're like sleek. They're like the race
the
bike
ones
kind
there
of look.
are like the old school fashion looking bikes, like with the handlebars, like that come like like I don't even know how to explain it.
Or like
Like
one of
it's
the
just
beach
like
cruisers.
yeah,
type?
kind of like that type
Okay.
of bike, but it's like in a different European. It's weird. I don't know how to explain
You
it.
just have to see
I'm
it.
sure there's a name for it. I'm sure they got a name for that shit, but those bikes are they're everywhere, dude. There's hundreds and there's we were in an Uber there. We got an Uber ride there.
Okay.
And we're driving and people are almost hitting the guy's like almost hitting people. He's like, I don't fuck around. He's like, they're everywhere, dude. Like you gotta it's like bikes first and then cars.
They ain't playing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was interesting. Did you say interesting or interesting?
I say interesting.
Interesting.
Unless depends on how I'm saying it.
Yeah, right?
Because I could be like interesting.
Interesting.
If it's really
Yeah,
interesting, then it's like
that's why English is fucked right there. That's exactly why.
No, that's the real shitty word. Well, also, almond and almond.
Oh,
what do you
almond.
say? It's almond.
Almond,
Absolutely.
yeah, not almond.
I'm like-
Almond, is that what they say?
The fucking retards. No,
Almond.
dumb people say that. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to say the R
Almond.
word.
Almond,
Yeah.
almond. No, it's not even a comparison. It's almond.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, well, and that's the thing. As people who live in Northern California where they grow most of the almonds, we know they're almond orchards.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing that people actually call it. What's another one? There's got to be other ones.
There's like apricots and apricots.
Apricots.
There's caramel.
Oh, caramel. Oh, I hate that one.
Yeah, no, fuck caramel.
Can I get some caramel?
Can I have a caramel?
What? Caramel? Can I get some caramel? No, you can't. You can't get some caramel. It's caramel, you idiot.
Yeah, come on, man.
Caramel.
What else is there?
That's like saying chocolat. You want
chocolat?
You want some chocolat? You want some
Great movie with Johnny Depp, by the way.
Yeah. You want some chocolat with your caramel? Like, what?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Come on.
Yeah. No, I want some chocolate with my caramel.
Google wants to know
I
my
don't know.
location. Come on.
I mean, that's like Siri saying Esplanade when it's Esplanade.
Oh, bro.
You know what I mean?
The way computers read
Oh,
shit.
yeah. It's so
Dude,
funny.
Have you ever heard a computer read lavender?
No.
It's lavendar.
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 Yeah.
You know what? Your name is no longer Lexa. It's what was it? Vandar?
Oh, lavendar.
Or Lavendar. Yeah, your name's not Lex. I like Lavendar. That's a cool name for, if you can't say Lavendar,
I feel like it's a great name
Lavendar.
for a pussy dinosaur. Like it's
Yeah, like a nice one, a cute one.
A lavendosaurus.
Yeah, yeah. And it's got wings and shit.
Maybe some feathers.
Maybe
Fucking
maybe some
dinosaurs
feathers.
apparently have feathers.
Yeah.
Fucking Jurassic Park fucked us all up.
I need to see a picture of that.
I mean, I can't pull the computer
But
up on the
I know,
TV, which
I know.
is a bummer, but it's all right.
So are they saying all dinosaurs had feathers, or
I don't think
just a
all of
select
them.
few? But my thing, man, who knows? And maybe then you got people. Do you believe in dinosaurs? Like, do you believe we had dinosaurs? Like, do you think people who find
Well, I think like there's hard
bones-
soil evidence.
right? But people think they're fake, dude. People think
I know, but
Yeah.
like I don't. But people also don't believe in space and like think the Earth is flat. So I don't.
You know what? This
time
is
trusting
true.
what people think.
This is true. You know, you're right, Trev.
So
I mean, dude, there's this new. People probably think I'm fucking just like the biggest bum because I just say I'm like, oh, there's this Netflix documentary. Oh, there's this YouTube documentary, but there is this Netflix documentary.
yes,
And it's about flat Earth, and I've talked about flat Earth on the podcast before, like several times actually. And that's okay because I think it's a good. It's you know, this Netflix documentary came out, and these people, I mean, they've just invested. Some of these people have invested so much into flat Earth, and
I
you know,
can't believe it. I mean,
and I feel like the whole thing was just a sales pitch for me to believe in
the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. It always is.
Right.
I mean,
but I'm just like, you know, it's fun to speculate. Like, I'll have a conversation with you about it, but like, I'm pretty sure it's just round.
dude, I have a real hard time trying to have a serious conversation with the flat Earth person. Because I mean, just the fact, like there are just so many. There are live photographs from satellites being taken right now as they orbit the Earth.
I know, and my thing is too is right. Well, they say that's fake. They say that shit's fake.
I know, but that's the thing is like you can't disprove people who just say whatever your actual proof is fake. You know,
right.
You can't argue with people at that point. You just have to let them believe their stupid thing. Because no actual evidence will ever get them to change their mind if everything that is...
Let them do what they got to do.
That's when you got to, like, take them up in a fucking rocket, and even then, they'll probably be like, oh, you just put me in a simulator with screens in front of it for, like, windows.
Yeah, there'd be some conspiracy, like, yeah, mine was glitching, and then I could see we never even took off, or...
Yeah.
You know, it's... No, I think you would know. You would know for sure if you took off. Maybe not. Maybe if they had some dope.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, there's like some Disney ride where, like, the expedition to Mars or whatever. They put you in that shit, and then they spin you around so it feels like you're flying forward to getting launched from a rocket.
Dang, that's a tough.
And that was like back in 2008. Like, they had some realistic shit.
Yeah, maybe.
Now with like VR and all that shit. Now you probably make that seem realistic.
Yeah, maybe you're right, dude. Fuck. But even then, I think the only thing that we could do with these flat earthers, and what I think they need to do for, you know, just a good cause and for research purposes, is I just believe they should you know, send them to Mars, send them to that Mars trip. You know, people have signed up. If you think the Earth is flat, what better way to prove? You know, if you have nothing to live for, then go to Mars and find out that the Earth is round and be disappointed. Because now you're living on Mars, you're never coming back.
I mean, you know what?
And you have to know the fact that the Earth is round.
Yeah, because you watched it as you flew away.
And then you landed on round Mars.
Exactly. No, Mars is flat, dog.
Oh, no.
Well, here's my thing, too.
My other thing is, too, is like, then why is the sun round? Why is, you know, like, the flat Earth just doesn't make sense to me.
No,
then what are we? Like, so we're floating in space on a flat surface?
Yeah, it just a logical mind can't like wrap around it, knowing what we know about the universe.
And I feel like some flat earthers, you know, and I'm not trying to talk shit on them. It's just
I am trying to talk shit on them.
This is just the way I feel, though. Like, they go, like, in this documentary, this guy goes, that's like, and he's all far from the distance, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, see, so that's Seattle in the distance. He goes, accordingly, if you know, if this was a round planet, I shouldn't be able to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I think you're underestimating the size and how little we are, and the size of actually how big Earth is. Okay?
Exactly.
You can't just be on the ground and see the curvature when you're standing at sea level. And you're looking into, or not even at sea level. I don't even know what Seattle's at, where he was at. You know what I mean? Because there's mountains in the back.
Yeah.
So whatever, discard that what I just said. But my thing is if you're standing there and you're looking into a city, you're not gonna see. You're gonna see. It's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the amount of distance you have to talk about. I mean, in order to even start to see the curvature of the Earth.
Right.
Is one of the few places is like the ocean or like deserts and
the
stuff.
The ocean's a good one.
Where natural things aren't going to make it so you can't see.
Right. And the thing is, too, is even when you're in a plane, sometimes when you're even at 35,000 feet, you don't even see it.
Yeah, you can barely.
When you get up to the
make it out.
40,000s, that's when you start noticing it.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they're right when you get to the 55,000 feet range, that's when you really start to see the edges. Like I don't know though.
Well, here's like a good way to think about like the size of the Earth, like compared to us, is that like if you took like all the water away from the Earth, like cut down all the trees and stuff, and you just had like the rock, and then you shrunk that rock down to the size of a marble, the Himalayas, being as tall as they are, would be a tiny little bump, and the Mariana Trench, that's like so many miles deep in the ocean, would be a tiny little scratch, and it would be one of the smoothest marbles ever created.
Wait,
it's just
I'm
even,
sorry.
So
say that again.
So even with like all of our mountains and stuff like that, and like the ocean and all that, once you take our humongous giant Earth down and you shrink it to the size of a marble, all of that stuff, you wouldn't even be able to notice it. It only like the biggest mountain and like the deepest trench, you would kind of be able to tell. Like our Earth is so ridiculously like smooth and round.
Right.
It's like surprising.
So you're saying if some huge outlandish can't even wrap your head around being picked this Earth up, it'd be
like it'd be
like a marble,
just super smooth. He might feel like a little bump on his thumb as he rubs over the Himalayas.
I mean, that's a crazy,
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, if you can take like the Rocky Mountains and basically make them disappear at that scale, like you're not going to be able to see the way the Earth curves at the scale it's at, unless you're really really high above it, like Everest. I mean, that's one of the best places to see.
Well, I just think
curvature.
it's fucking. Well, my thing is too is like, why do we? And they always talk about like, oh, look at these flight plans. Like, look at how you're flying up to the North Pole and then coming down.
Well, that's like literally using the curvature of the Earth to save fuel and go a shorter distance.
Way shorter distance.
Yeah. Like that's like literally proving their own argument
wrong. But on their map,
the
problem is on their map when they do it, it just has them going straight over the North Pole and over to Europe. You know what I mean, or like whatever they. My thing is this giant ice. The problem I have is there's a giant ice wall.
Well,
okay, supposedly with this flat Earth, there's a giant ice wall, and my thing is like.
I mean, you want to call that Antarctica?
No, but we have people who sailed around the world.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you probably do it, but you could charter flights to go all the way around the world if you wanted. Like you could like start from San Francisco.
Oh no,
people
have.
I mean, you can do that. I don't understand how it still persists this day and age. Like part of me thinks it's just people trolling.
Then it was actually very right trolling. But I mean, some of these people, I mean, they're full believers, man. They've like invested their life into this shit, bro. But
then that one dude who built a rocket to try to like go up in the air.
Oh
to
yeah,
prove,
that guy's
dude.
Wasn't that guy on Tosh.0? Wasn't that guy on Tosh.0?
I don't know. I haven't watched new Tosh in a while.
I don't know if it was a new one or not, but I just watched it.
Really?
And it was hilarious.
Oh jeez.
Because he built the rocket himself.
Yeah, no, that's just.
And it wasn't even going that high.
No. It went.
It wasn't even like.
Didn't it only go like 12,000 feet? Hold on, I gotta Google that.
Did it go that high even?
I doubt it.
Was he was in it, right? Was he in?
Yeah, I think he definitely was.
Oh, he could have died, fool. I think people were getting mad at him. I think he got in trouble. Because I think he didn't tell. I don't know if he didn't tell the government, like, or the FAA, or like some shit that he was long.
It went 1,875 feet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I was way off.
Yeah,
that's so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was on Taj, but this dude's weird. He's like
Mad Mike.
Taj is like, so what's your point? Like, you're not gonna be able to tell if the Earth's flat with that distance.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
Well, he's saying he wants to go 68 miles up. So he wants to go from not even 1 mile to 68 miles.
Whoa! First of all, 68. That's fucking. How far is 68 miles? Because like the deepest part of the ocean is only what, like 7 miles?
I think it's
8 or 9.
I don't know.
It's no more than. It's no more than. I think the deepest part of the ocean is 11 miles. 64 miles? How far is 64 miles? Just straight up to the air. Maybe it's not as much as I think.
Hold on. So check this out. So from...
And I was just trying to make it a comparison to the ocean because 64 miles, I mean, what's the feet for that?
So the average, like the radius of the Earth at the equator is 3.9 miles. So that's 4 miles. So like that'd be like going to the center of the Earth.
Yeah.
Like he would have to do that.
He'd be like to the moon. No,
dude, it would not be good.
64 miles.
So it would be 18 times farther than going to so if he would have to go to the center of the Earth 18 times to go 64 miles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's not going inside.
He would be going up.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing. Imagine going from here to the center of the Earth, but going up and then doing that 16 times.
What's the feet for 64 miles? So we can get a better picture on how many feet he's getting. 'Cause I don't know that from the top of my head.
It's like 5,280 times 68, but I can't do that in my head.
No, folks, I'm not a math genius. I'm sorry.
It's 359,040 feet in 68 miles.
Sorry, say that again.
So 359,000.
Yeah, bro. What? He wants to go 64 feet.
Dude, well,
he wants to go to space.
So
that's what he wants to do.
Dude, that's the thing.
He wants to just die.
He went 1,800 feet in the air the first time.
Not even. Yeah. Oh.
Dude, he literally needs to go another 357,000 feet higher next time to get his goal.
No, he wants to die. That's why he was on Taj. That's a perfect example why he was 60. I knew it was all fucked up. 64 miles.
Yeah, no, you can't be doing that shit.
You know, it's not these.
That's just asking to die.
These people are out here wilding, Trevor. Yeah. You're going to space at that point.
I mean, pretty much, man.
When do you lose gravity? At what feet do you lose gravity?
Well, I don't know. So here's the tricky thing is like when you're trying to leave the Earth's atmosphere and just leave gravity completely behind, like you're trying to head to the moon, it's a lot farther than you think. Like you can actually get to zero gravity by orbiting the Earth a lot lower.
Yeah, I know that. I know planes go up. Okay.
I don't know exactly.
Well, what? How far does it take to leave Earth's atmosphere? How many feet? Like, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Cause, dude, that's
how far does it take to leave Earth's gravity?
It just needs to tell us feet. Just tell us feet, damn it, or meters.
So it takes 62 miles to get out of the Earth's atmosphere.
That's his plan.
So yeah, he's trying to get out of the atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly what we just said.
Yeah.
He wants to go to space.
Hey, and you know what? I think that's a perfect time to end it. We're at an hour 53, and we're looking a little low on battery. So.
All right, thanks, Trev. I appreciate, but dude.
I mean, still pretty much we did fucking.
I'm still tripping.
Still tripping on the 68
But he
miles,
wants to go to
64
space.
miles or whatever.
He wants to go to space, and he just wants to end it, bro. Just end it all.
Bro,
but
just not a smart move.
But we'll end on that note. So
you know what? Hey, I say just pray for that guy.
Pray. I hope he wakes up and realizes he's an idiot.
Well, here's the real thing: is that people smart enough to build rockets that can get to 64 miles above the Earth are smart enough to not ever go in them.
Yeah.
Not one person who's been a part of the building the rockets.
And his first attempt was
1,800 feet.
And just a tragic I think I seen a video of it if I remember correctly, and it was just terrible.
An abysmal failure.
Yeah, but that's just the way she goes sometimes. And I hope this guy, I hope he can, maybe pull out of it and realize that there's a life to live here.
Definitely.
And the earth is round and not flat. But anyways, thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end it here tonight on this nice Saturday night. Gonna have a good time. We just had a good time. Trevor's looking at me all weird.
I don't know the song. I don't know if you're making it up.
I totally
you're just
made
making
it.
it. I like it. I thought it might have been a real song.
It was weird and creepy, and I was trying to creep you out, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, we'll end it there.
Yeah, anyways, we out here, Thank you for listening, and shout out to Redwood Cove Brewing Company. One love, and until next time, peace out.
Peace.
Stay classy, San Diego.